Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I hope everyone is safe and sound in their respective homes. We're very excited about the new opportunity, which is an industrial opportunity. It's our second industrial opportunity, which we are listing on our platform. Things which excites us about industrial more so is the tenant stickiness in a particular property because of the kind of infra investment a tenant invests into this particular property. They eventually stick around much longer into any property for that matter. So just take you through the entire opportunity as a highlight. It's an asset in Hosur. It's only about 40 kilometers from Bangalore, from the center of Bangalore, about almost 10-15 kilometers from Electronic City. The entry cap with the top up is about 9.4. We're looking at a conservative 12.5 percentage kind of an IRR. The tenant has signed up a lock-in for 5 years and a lease for 10 years in this particular opportunity. And this entire park, for people who are aware, we've already invested in this park before and we are wanting to invest more and more. This is a third investment which we're making in this park, where we already own about 5.5 lakh square feet. We'll now be owning another 2.8 lakh square feet for you guys as we move forward. Just to give a little background about how the whole industry or how manufacturing has become a next big thing in India. As much as IT is going to keep driving a lot of investments in India, so is the whole manufacturing in India. Obviously, pandemic has given a boom to a lot of manufacturing companies who are now looking at setting up shops in India. As much as we hear about the whole Make in India initiative, in reality, there's a lot happening very progressively, and there are 2-3 states which are getting the maximum attention: Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and some parts of Andhra Pradesh as well. So this is where we are seeing as an opportunity where we also want to be a part of this industrial revolution which is going to happen in India, whether it's moving from China or looking at alternative to China. What we're looking at for us as Strata to be a participant to something like that. Now, what is growing manufacturing? Obviously, is the whole emerging alternative to China, but more importantly, is the kind of SOPs which the government is releasing every other day. Production-linked incentive scheme is one thing, especially for electronics boost for that matter. And you have seen, or you would have heard in newspaper of several iPhone manufacturing units by Wistron, by Tata, by Foxconn are opening in India as we speak, or have already opened in India. Likewise, yes, just about a week back, government announced another $1 billion incentive scheme for chip manufacturers. So anyone who's making electronic chips, which is predominantly driven only by China, as an incentive scheme for them to set up shops, in India and start setting up these manufacturing units. Obviously, because of this, the whole Make in India program and that single window clearance, what government has been talking, is actually being implemented by several states. Tamil Nadu leading that from a big opportunity standpoint, and something, that's why we are very excited to participate in Tamil Nadu from an investment opportunity standpoint. Just to give you a little overview about why Tamil Nadu is catching a lot of attention. Obviously, it's the kind of skilled labor which Tamil Nadu has. Definitely one of the biggest opportunity, and has been a great manufacturing house for several years. It's not concentrated to just one place. Like how other states, there are just one city or two cities which will have these manufacturing powerhouses as such. But Tamil Nadu, on the other hand, has Tirupur, has Coimbatore, has Madurai, has Chennai, Hosur, and these are several other belts where there's tremendous amount of manufacturing activities which happens, where collectively just Tamil Nadu does almost $30 billion worth of exports every year for that matter. So this is where we are very excited. It is the automotive hub as well of India, is the textile hub of India as well. And we are excited to participate more and more into this in the state itself for that matter, from a macroeconomic standpoint. Tamil Nadu government has released a new industrial policy just about a month back. The kind of SOPs they're giving, it is just so lucrative for all companies to look at Tamil Nadu as the first preference from a manufacturing segment standpoint, especially electric vehicles. Almost most of the electric vehicles are now in Tamil Nadu. Ola announced their entry to Tamil Nadu, and they're also setting up in Hosur their manufacturing unit. Ather, which is a Hero MotoCorp back company, is also over there, and a couple of other companies who are now looking at manufacturing are also over there. So is Ampere Motors, which is also a great electric vehicle company, is also backed by Ratan Tata, is also in Tamil Nadu itself. Apart from that, electronics, whether it's Flex, whether it's Dell, whether it's Samsung, everybody has their manufacturing facilities in Chennai or in Tamil Nadu for that matter. Defense is going to be the next big thing. Obviously, we all know that the entire defense show also happens predominantly in Chennai, and there's a lot of defense parks which are now getting built in Tamil Nadu, and again, great opportunities for a state to grow very proactively. But things which they're doing is the whole state GST reimbursements for any investment you do. There's a good chunk amount of money they are reimbursing it back to you if you are doing that kind of business in this respective state as such. So just the location overview for people to understand where Hosur is. It is one of the largest industrial markets, of Chennai. It is in the Chennai-Bangalore industrial corridor. About 1,200 acres of industrial complex is already been established over there. Your Ashok Leyland, your TVS Motors, Titan, they are all factories. In fact, the entire two-wheeler, three-wheeler of TVS, Ashok Leyland's vehicles are all manufactured in Hosur. Thriving market and something which we are very excited, especially even from a warehousing market standpoint, because of its close proximity to Bangalore, which is a very, very large consumption market. It's becoming a darling for most of those developers or for companies to look at Hosur itself as a manufacturing or a warehousing destination. But very important point at any point of time before anyone invests is to see the kind of skilled labor pool which is available thanks to TVS, which has been there for several years, and Ashok Leyland and all the other companies. Hosur as a market has a lot of skilled laborers, which is a very, very exciting thing for companies who are looking at setting up shops in Hosur. Hosur of late has become the hottest market. Ola is investing a mega factory of 500 acres there. Obviously, Ather has already set up its factory in Hosur itself. In fact, from the park where we are investing, it's just about 3.5 kilometers. But the two biggest other important news is Tata Group's 7,000 crore investment in Hosur. It's almost about 18 kilometers from our property where we are investing. They're constructing an 60 to 80 lakh square feet facility for iPhone, iPad, and MacBook manufacturing. So that is exciting. This is a large thing, and obviously with the kind of ancillary industries which will also grow around the facility is why we are excited about the kind of opportunity Hosur will drive over a period of time. Also, Delta Electronics on the main road of the Hosur main road. If you can even type on Google, they're setting up a 30 lakh square feet facility for, again, electronic manufacturing, almost a 4,000 crore investment in Hosur itself. So you can imagine how hot Hosur has become in the last 1 year, ever since we made our first investment in Hosur when we bought two boxes in the Avigna Park. This is our third investment, and we'll continuously keep making more investment in this park. But the whole idea is we want to be a part of the hottest markets. Our call about investing in Hosur at that point of time is paving out and becoming very, very positive, and continue to be positive as we move forward. Again, just an overview for people who don't know. Again, this is Electronic City, so it's close to about 35 kilometers from center of Bangalore. That's where the Hosur market is, right across the last small town, which is Atibele. Beyond that is when Hosur starts as a market. The property where we are investing is very close to the Hosur airport, which is a private airport though, used very occasionally, and again very close to the Hosur railway station, which is also used very proactively at the same time. And from the national highway, it's hardly about 8-10 kilometers away for one to do. Again, so tenants in the vicinity, very important. Where we are investing, there's Ather, there's Tata, there's Delta Electronics, Ashok Leyland, Caterpillar, Del Monte. Pretty evolved market, all the manufacturing facilities which are available over there. But more importantly, the way the entire macro market with the ancillaries has grown, it has proven to be one of the most excellent infrastructure manufacturing belts of Tamil Nadu as we speak. Just the asset overview. So the phase one is about 11 lakh square feet in total. We own 2 boxes already. One of the boxes is now going to get leased to Wakefit as well. Otherwise, the entire box was ideally gone to Stellar Value Chains. But we have been able to negotiate, the developer has been able to negotiate to move Stellar to the second box. So right now, Stellar has only 2 boxes. And they've been subleasing it to Nilkamal, TVS Motors, Whirlpool, and a bunch of other companies for their particular warehousing requirements. But these 2 boxes are going to be to the tenant, which I'm going to share a little bit more details about it. We get a 30-year and a 25-year warranty for the roof as well as for the steel, because again, these are pre-engineered buildings by Interac for this particular opportunity. And with 21 loading bays, this is a phenomenal opportunity. But more importantly, a common question which someone can have, okay, it's an industrial facility. What if the tenant leaves? You might not be able to lease this exact facility to anybody else. The way we are going to hand over the box to the tenant, it's going to be in the form of a warehouse itself, with certain more specifications for that matter. But even though they leave, leasing to another warehousing client is going to be very, very easy. Hardly a 10-day job for us to completely change over and give it to them with absolutely no cost, as a matter of fact, which we are very excited about because of this long-term usage or usability of this particular box itself. Just the asset images of how it is right now. People who have already invested in our Avignar opportunity are getting these weekly updates, which we keep sharing. Few delays here and there. I think about 30 days we are running a delay for our box alone, which we've invested the B3 box because of rocks and other things. But otherwise, everything has been on track, and the development, the way it is happening, is phenomenal. We're going to do the key handover ceremony where we're going to invite all our investors who have invested in the B3 and the B4 box to come and be a witness to the same thing. So we keep sharing these updates to everybody on a weekly basis. I'm just sharing you one of the updates which we keep sharing to all our investors on a weekly basis, so that they can see what's happening block by block, how much work is happening, how is it happening week on week. These images are shared to the investors so that they can track what's the construction update happening at the same time. The entire park is showcased to investors so that they can proactive see anything. I'm sure many of you cannot go there, but again, feel free to go at any point, and you can go through the entire facility. Apart from that, things we like about Avigna, again, it's on their website as well, where real-time construction updates keep getting uploaded, where you can also see how's the park being built at the same time. So this is what we've been able to establish. So like I said, it's a 5-year lock-in and a 10-year lease with an annual rental escalation of 3%. We are in fact investing in the solar as well of this particular opportunity. So the tenants would be getting a lot of benefit with the solar, costs of electricity being very, very low at the same time. Rents are about 15.84 net after all costs, which we would be getting for our investors. Security deposit is 5 months, which is there. The current lease starts from November 21 as such, and that's when the rents would ideally start. But we've negotiated for our investors, and we'll be starting the rents from September. Although we'll be closing our fund by April-ish for that matter, but until that duration, there would be some small interest on deposits for that money would be paid to the investors. So ideally, the rental would start right off from the day of investing, a smaller amount, but the actual rents would start from mid-September because of the top-up which we are able to provide to our investors. Just from a rental yield standpoint, we'll end up at 11% at the end of the entire tenure. Even at 11%, because of the 3% yearly escalation, it's going to be only about 20 rupees, 20.5 rupees per square feet, which is very, very low to the industry standard right now. These are all the parks which are there within the park where we're investing. If you see, the average rents are already in the range of 16, 17 to 18 rupees for that matter. And we are only at about 15.5 rupees per square feet. So even after 10 years, if the rents are only about 2021, you can imagine that the tenant is going to stick around more longer, is what we presume from an investment standpoint. And that's why we were excited, although the escalations are a little lower than the industry standard. Industry standard is usually 4 or 5% year on year, but at 3, we're still fine, because from a manufacturing standpoint, this gave us a lot of confidence that they will stay in the property, and hence they have negotiated better rents for this particular opportunity. Again, the entire investment breakup, we'll be splitting our lease stamp duty 50-50 with the tenant. So whatever the lease stamp duty is going to be 50-50 borne by all of us. Legal fees, we've already done a lot of legal work in this particular property. We've got our title opinions. We'll give you access to the Google Drive where you can go through all the stuff, which is a great comforting zone again for you as investors, because we've already invested in this particular opportunity. So same. Most of the legal fee would be for the share capital increment, which is about 0.1% of the entire capital, which is about 6.5 lakhs, will go only in the stamp duty increment of the capital as such, and balance towards lease and other costs as such. The entire financial model, I'll take you guys through the entire financial model a little later. But from a growth sensitivity standpoint, even at a conservative 3%, we'll still be making 11% IRR out of the investment, which is rent plus capital appreciation. But at 5, we'll be at 12. 5 is what we anticipate, because the entire park is at 5% or a 15% every 3 years. Just that this is lower, but whenever the lease ends, we'll be able to renegotiate the lease as per the the rents of what the park is going to be. What is exciting about our partnership with Avigna is that they are constructing close to about 40 lakh square feet. They've currently got LOIs and leases for about 15 lakh, including this tenant at the same time. And continuously in the next 1.5 years, they would ideally lease out the entire park. So that is where it's an opportunity for us to go out and control the entire park and start owning everything what is available as and when it keeps getting leased out in the facility. So just to conclude the entire investment thesis, it's a fast-growing hub. Like what I've just told you, it's one of the most hottest market at the point, with the kind of investments and opportunities which are going to be in Hosur. from an investment standpoint. The rental yield is great. The infrastructure around is going to be great. The tenant profile also is something which we are very happy about at the same time. But more importantly, we believe there will always be a sticky client in this particular property because the rents are actually very, very low. So is the escalation for that matter, which is great from us from a long-term investment standpoint. This is an opportunity, worth investing at the same time. So terms are very clear. We'll be running a pre-booking, which is otherwise the rents would start from November. We'll be doing a pre-booking, so rents would start from mid-September. Prior to that, you'll only be getting some portion of the deposits. I mean, whatever money which we're collecting and doing the drawdown, we'll be parking in FDs because we're going to pay construction link to Avigna. So whatever money left, we'll be passing on the interest as how it is being passed on to everybody for the opportunities which you have invested in the B2 and the B4 box, B3 and the B4 boxes before. We're running a pre-booking till 11th April. So anyone who's keen, feel free to ask any questions you may have so that we can answer all your queries. People want to go see, feel free to go again. Many of our investors have gone and seen and have been very happy with the way the entire park is coming out. Interestingly, just ahead of our park in the same road, Lakshmi Machine Works is also now setting up its close to about 5 lakh square feet manufacturing facility also in the same unit. I'll just take you guys through the Excel sheet before we move forward. For people who don't know, very simple, you can put in how much money you're looking at investing. I'm just putting in 1 crore and you can totally get what is the kind of rentals you'll be making out of the opportunity after net fees, everything for that matter. At 5% with the indexation benefit, no capital gains. If you make 6, the indexation benefit and the capital gains is factored, and net IRR was also factored at the same time. So we'll be sharing this to you right after the webinar. So anybody who has any queries at any given point of time, feel free to call your investment manager or reach out to us. We'll happily write back to you and answer all your queries about the opportunity. Just to give a little background about Strata, we are trying to democratize CRE investments in India, making it accessible so that these large opportunities, which are only driven by ultra HNIs, are now available to our investors for a very, very small amount of money. At minimum 25 lakhs, they can start owning this and start generating rental returns for them on a month-on-month basis. We currently have deployed about 270 crore as a part of our AUM and intend to be at about 1500 crores by year end. With all your support and the kind of opportunities which are driving, we'll try to get better and better opportunities as we move forward. CRE versus other asset classes, clearly high returns, far more stable. In fact, why industrial and warehousing is far better. In fact, in spite of the pandemic, this has been the most resilient asset class. Irrespective of what happens, people are there. And in fact, the entire residential boom, especially in Maharashtra, with the kind of apartments being sold, 35,000 apartments just in the last month of March, which was sold, clearly shows the kind of demand for furniture and other business, which is going to keep driving business and will be a driving thing for our tenant as well at the same time. So this is what CRE is versus all the other asset classes and why we should keep investing. Our platform, again, very data driven. We like to go with all the data before we decide to participate into any opportunity. We have multiple liquidity options through which one can liquidate, but again, recommended to stick around in any investment opportunity of real estate for at least 3 to 5 years. If you have an investment horizon less than 3 to 5 years, 100% not recommended to invest at all. There are multiple other asset classes, far more liquid, where you're requested to invest, but Strata is definitely not a go-to platform for you if you have a less investment horizon at the same time. Convenience, our entire platform, one of its kind, where we made it completely digital for investors. So absolutely no requirement for any physical form signing or anything has to be done. Completely a digital platform for yourself. And obviously with the whole risk management and transparency we're trying to build in is something which is exciting at the same time. So asset management services, what we offer for you, the entire dashboard, people who invested are already seeing on the thing. We'll be doing our half-yearly valuation reports for all our properties which you invested and will be released out in April end for that matter for all the investors. So it'll be always April and October where we'll be releasing these valuation reports of all the properties. So you know what the value of your investment is going to be for that matter, apart from the rentals which you are getting. Our structure of investing, as same it has been, investors invest into a common escrow account, which we have created with escrow agents. We take 10% of your money the minute the property is funded. We do the drawdown, move the money into SPV, allocate securities to you, and then the SPV goes and acquires the property. All the documents are available on your dashboard. People who have invested have access to all the documents. Who have not opened the dashboard, the several investors who never opened the dashboard, recommended please go through all the documents and ask us questions if there's any clarification required at any point. There's your dashboard where you can track your investments, see regular performance of what's happening with the rental reports, the investor dashboard for you, for that matter, so that you can keep a track of all the sale lease data around the property. People invested in offices, we've already started plugging in information about the other tenants and the other sale transactions. Will be populated to you in your dashboard from the coming week onwards, and the SPV's analytics also plugged in into your dashboard for you to keep reviewing at the same time. Just a small metric, like I said, we are at 270 crore in AUM, just about 270 crore in AUM. We manage 8.27 lakh square feet in total managed marquee tenants in our entire thing, and we're very proud if Wakefit also becomes a part of our portfolio and we be their asset managers again. Most of our investors today are CXO senior executives. NRIs are a 20% base. Professionals, which are doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, are almost of a 20% base. Family offices and business owners are about a 15-16% base. So people who are there are people likely all professionals who are looking at investing again and again into our opportunity. Just about our leadership, I'm sure most of you are aware, Priyanka heads operations for us and does the entire financial modeling, etc. Comes from WeWork and DE Shop prior to this. Nihar, our director of investments, most of you would have interacted or would have heard of him, drives our entire investments as Strata, point of contact for most of you guys in case of any queries, if it has to be escalated to him. Comes from Piramil Anand Rati, HSBC background. Praveen leads acquisitions for us. Again, comes from an IPC background, understands the entire domain. And Ankit, who's our head of marketing, drives the entire marketing initiatives at the company. Just our last opportunities, which we funded. We've got sprawling responses from people. We funded in exactly one working day, ideally 3 days. We listed on Saturday, and by Monday evening, we got an overwhelming response thanks to you guys. And we've been able to do it. With the kind of response we're getting, this is giving us a great bargaining power to get a better price because we're able to turn around and acquire assets faster. Which is why we're very excited and thankful for you, because it makes our life much better in terms of negotiation, and we're able to get you the best deals, and we'll continuously keep doing so as we move forward. Just about us, we've been backed by prominent investors. Elevation Mayfield, PropStack again is one of our exclusive partners and investors, where investors get access to all the sale lease data of their opportunities on a real-time basis.